How y'all doing today? I'm Chef Colby K. Today we're going to make some steak fajitas. We're going to get started and show you a couple of the ingredients that we're working with today. We got some red onion, we're going to use that, and the garlic, and a little bit of the lime, and some fresh cilantro with the avocado to make some guacamole. I'm going to slice up some bell pepper and some white onion to go with our steak fajita. I like mushrooms, so I'm gonna saute some mushrooms on the grill and go from there. Alright, so now we're gonna get the marinade ready for our steak. We got some skirt steak. So we're gonna go ahead and get that lathered up. So we got some ground cumin. We're gonna use some of that. A little bit of Southwest Chipotle sauce. Some onion powder, a little bit of liquid smoke, hickory flavor. Then I found a little liquid marinade from a local Mexican grocery store. It's pretty good. And we're going to chop up some fresh cilantro as well. So now we're just trying to get all the leaf material off the cilantro stem. You don't want all that going on into your food. So then we're gonna just kind of chop it up a little bit, make it in a little bit finer pieces. A little easier to work with that way. Yeah, go ahead and slice the steak up a little bit just to make it a little bit more manageable on the grill. So we got our steak all sliced up a little bit, a little easier to work with. I like to first I'll start with the liquid smoke just so it can get into the meat. Just put a little bit on there, just give it that smoky flavor. Next I'm going to go ahead and put on a little bit of onion powder. Next, we're going to throw on a little bit of ground cumin. Gives it that nice flavor. Next, we're going to do the Southwest Chipotle seasoning. I'm just going to douse some of that on there. Not too much, but just a little bit. So next, we're going to go ahead and place it into a Ziploc bag. You can use any kind of dish or anything just to hold it. Go ahead and place that inside. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and use some of our liquid marinade. I'm going to pour some of this inside of our Ziploc bag that we have. Alley-oop. Then we're going to throw in our chopped up cilantro. We're going to just throw that in there. And then we're going to just let this sit for a little bit, about 30 minutes. You don't want the flavor of the meat to go away. You want it to still be able to taste the meat and the marinade equally. So I'm just going to let that hang out for a little bit. Alright, so while our meat is marinating, we're going to go ahead and take this time to make a little bit of guacamole. So we got two avocados we're going to slice up, and we're going to mash them up a little bit and mix it all up with our red onions, a little bit of garlic, and just a little bit of hint of lime juice. Alright, so we got our one avocado sliced up. We're going to go ahead and dice it up into a little bit more manageable pieces so they're easier to smush up. Alright, so we got our avocados, our 2 avocados all lightly diced up. And now we're going to go ahead and kind of mush them in a little bit, try to break them up a little bit, like so. Just get them into the corner, just kind of smush them in a little. Alright, so we got our avocados pretty smushed up. There's a couple little chunks in there, and that'll be just alright. Next, we're going to go ahead and chop up a little bit of red onions to go in there next. Alright, so on the red onions, you want to try to get those as small as possible little pieces, just so you're not having big bites of onion. Still having that little bit of a crunch as well. So we got our onion all diced up pretty finely. Little small pieces, a little less than a 1/4 inch maybe. Add those to the avocados that we have already smushed up. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and dice up a little bit of garlic. We're going to add some garlic into the mix. And we're gonna broke it out, and we're gonna slice it up real nice. Just add a little bit of garlic in there. Get a little bit of extra added bonus. Alright, next we're gonna dice up a little bit of tomatoes and throw those in with the mix. Those are going to be small little bite-sized pieces as well. We got to stir those tomatoes up. Give it a little extra color inside of our guacamole. You can always add a little bit more if you want. Right, last little bit of ingredient we're going to put in here. We're going to add a little bit of fresh cilantro. We're going to chop some up and add that and some ground cumin as well. Just a little bit. Just give it a little extra flavor in there. I'm going to add a little cumin, not too much, a little paint. Alright, there we have it, some guacamole. Smells good, tastes delicious. It's going to go great with our fajitas here at the wall. I got to put that in the refrigerator for a little bit until we're ready to eat, just so it can stay cool and fresh. Alright, before we get to slicing and dicing some vegetables, we're going to go ahead and shake up our meat a little bit just to get some flavors moving around in there. Make sure it's getting all absorbed up in our meat. Looks good, probably smells good inside that bag. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and slice up some vegetables. We're going to start off with our green bell pepper. Clean it up a little bit, take all this white, the innards out of it. So we're going to go ahead and start slicing up our bell pepper. We want to do pretty small little slivers. Don't want it too thick, just so it doesn't take too much room in your tortilla. Alright, so we got those all sliced up pretty good. Not too thick, not too skinny. I like to just trim them up a little bit, take the tops and the ends off, like so, just so they're more flat. So there we have our green bell peppers all sliced up, cleaned up the edges off a little bit, kind of making them not so bowed out towards the end. Next we're going to start off with our white onion. We're going to do the same kind of thing, just make some little long skinny slivers. So this, all you really have to do to the onion. Good to go like that. Not too thick, not too skinny. That'll work perfect. Laid up next to your green bell peppers on your tortilla. So I bought some sliced up mushrooms already, so they're pretty good to go. I'm gonna just make a little bit more manageable pieces. You don't have to have mushrooms on your fajitas. I love them. They taste real good. Give it a little extra flavor going on in there. Alright, so our vegetable plate is all ready. It's about ready to go on the grill. Alright, so let's go over to the grill with our vegetables and let's get it on. We're going to start off with the onion. They usually take a little longer to cook. Throw some on one side. You cook anything on the daggone George Foreman. I love it. Go ahead and shut her up. Let it ride. Woo! Look at there. Coming on nice and right. Turn them over a little bit. Once they start getting a little clear, that's when you know they are cooking real good. Let that ride a little bit longer. Go ahead and take off some of the more cooked onions. Add them to the plate here. So next up, we're going to go ahead and start grilling up some green bell peppers. Cook them on here like so. Place them on here like so. We're getting it in directly. It's going to be a good afternoon lunch, dinner. Everybody loves grilling. Even if you don't have an outdoor grill, you can still grill indoors. Let's check out our bell peppers, see how they're turning out. Ooh, look at there. Got nice grill marks on there. Just flip them over, spin them over, do some cartwheels, whatever you want. Get them nice and right. So our bell peppers look about good. Got nice little grill marks on them on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these off of here. Place them on the plate. Carried away there, bell pepper. Next, we're going to go ahead and throw on some mushrooms. They usually don't take very long to cook. Give those a few minutes, they won't take long. Let's check out our mushrooms and see what's going on. Woo! Look at there, boy. Yeah, it's getting it in. That's good eating right there. Alright, that's pretty soft. We'll go ahead and take these off of the grill. So, our vegetables are all grilled up. Next up, we're going to go ahead and get our meat grilling. So go ahead and start cooking up some meat. Close her up. That's the sound of cooking right there. We'll go ahead and add just a little extra flavor on top. It's almost ready to be pulled off the grill. Just like to add a little extra flavor on there. Add a little cumin. So while our steak is cooking up, we're going to make a little chipotle ranch sauce for the topping of our tacos. Just got some good old ranch and some chipotle cooking sauce. We're going to just mix it all up together. Start off with a little bit of ranch. About there. Add a little dibble dabble of this. Stir it all up. Add a little spices to our sauce. Give it a little, church it up a little bit. Add some cilantro. Don't want too much, don't want it to be overpowering. Stir it all up. It's gonna be real good on top of tacos. Boy, there you have it, a little chipotle ranch sauce. So this piece of steak is about ready to come off the grill. It's got fairly cooked on the inside now, so it's gonna be ready to go. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and slice up our steak a little bit. Little slivers. Ooh, look at the juices. Oh, that's good. Nice little pink in the inside. A little pink ain't never hurt nobody. You'll be okay. So this is about how thick you want to cut up your meat. You know, not too bad. Alright, so we got our meat all grilled up, sliced up, ready to be plated. Let's see. We're going to start off, we're going to grab some meat, put onto our tacos. Put a couple little slices on there. Don't be bashful. So we're going to add some onion. Slide them on there. A little bell pepper action going. I'm going to add some mushrooms onto mine. Fungus among us. We're going to add a little bit of white rice and some black beans next. Just a little bit, not too much. You can go with some black beans next. You can use refried beans if you want to. I like black beans. Tastes a little better on some tacos. Alright, so next we're going to add a little bit of guacamole that we made from earlier. Came out of the fridge, keep it cool. It looks real good, it smells even better. Hopefully it tastes just as good. Sprinkle a little bit on there. And then I like to eat a little cabbage on top of mine, or you can have lettuce, whichever. You can just sprinkle just a little bit on top. So got a little bit of Monterey cheese and a little Mexican blend cheese. I'm gonna add that on top of our little taco. I love cheese, that's why my name's Colby. I love cheese. So then we're gonna add a little bit of our chipotle ranch sauce that we made up earlier. Just drizzle some of that on top here. Alright, and there you have it, Chef Colby K's famous fajitas with a little guacamole on the side. I hope y'all enjoyed the cooking video today. Now let's go to Chow Town.